Hi everyone, my name's Stephen Kubicki. I'm the CEO of EnergyOS, and I'm joined today by our CTO Martin de Groot, as well as our Principal Systems Architect James Forbes. Before I address the program's criteria, I'll make a couple of very quick opening remarks. Firstly, we'd like to thank you for the opportunity. We couldn't design a program that we think is a better fit in terms of our company's maturity and scalability. But what's most exciting for us is the opportunity to have conversations that'll let us showcase our solution and also apply it to each of your specific businesses. And I'll do my best to explain how we will do that as I work through the presentation. Secondly, we also recognise the time and resources that you're all investing in the program, and we're ready to make a very deep investment in the different modules, and with a view to using the pilots to demonstrate that we have a solution that has immediate application to your businesses. Okay, so I will work through the agenda as outlined in the pitch event guidebook, starting with the problem and its pain points. And in a nutshell, the uptake of consumer-side technologies and the transition to clean energy is radically changing mass market load and cost profiles. And I'm sure you're all very familiar with these changes, but I'll use two common examples to illustrate the point. And the first one is the impact of installing a rooftop PV system, in this case on a typical household. And what you're looking at is a kind of a 24-hour profile of a home in 30-minute intervals. And you can really see how that's affected the load profile from the blue load, the blue interval loads which are fairly stable throughout the day, to the much more volatile green load profiles once the PV system's been installed. But what's more interesting, or another view of it, is how that impacts gross margin. And that's shown below. Again, these are daily profiles, and the orange is your gross margin. And you can really see how the installation of this PV system has actually turned your reduced gross margin from $1.13 a day to actually negative $1.15. Now, not all technologies are the same, obviously. Here's another example. This one's of an electric heat pump, so the electrification of heating. This shows how it's increasing the electricity profile, and also in this case, increasing gross margin. And there are all sorts of examples and increasing rates of penetration of these consumer-side technologies that are fundamentally changing your load profiles and your margin and other metrics. And of course, what utilities need to do is understand these not just at a site level, but across its mass market customers and customer segments, and then respond to those changes with new products and services. Now, your traditional utility systems, meter to cash, CRM, and so forth, are mature and perform their functions extremely well, but they're not designed to model how these changes are impacting your business or help you design and launch new products and services that respond to those changes. So the solution, EOS, is a software that lets you evaluate the changes taking place across your customer base and then develop and launch new products and services that respond to those changes. I don't have time to work through the actual kind of functional capabilities of our platform. I have included them here for your reference. But what I'll do is jump straight into a summary of the value propositions. And what EOS lets you do is understand your customer base, including by uncovering new customer segments. It lets you evaluate and even simulate different technology adoption rates across your market segments, and then assess the impact of those changes across your key metrics, including load profiles, gross margin, carbon, and customer spend. And then armed with that analysis and understanding, you can price and launch new products and services in an extremely targeted way, and in a way that's addressing some of the very significant changes that are taking place. In terms of key features of our platform, originally developed at Australia's National Science Agency, purpose-built for mass markets. We have commercially validated the technology. It's involved in large-scale commercial, or it's being used in large-scale commercial programs in Australia and is massively scalable. We believe that it will fill a gap in both your enterprise solutions, but also your other specialized systems. And we have designed it with feedback from utilities, software providers, such as SAP. And in fact, we were named just this week as a finalist in SAP's Global Innovation Awards. And our software is also being showcased as just one of 2 partner solutions at its HQ in Germany, as well as experts. And it links your core enterprise solutions, SAP, Oracle, Kraken, which might be of interest to Origin and which we've done with our Ergon program, with your other solutions. And in fact, what we're doing is industrializing your current pricing and product evaluation processes. In terms of why we're different, we were born out of an R&D institution with segmentation as a core functionality. We have a very deep understanding of behind-the-meter technologies, including through residential load programs. We are involved in large-scale tariff reform, which gives us a whole lot of sophistication around modelling, and developed with a range of industry experts, including the CIO of one of Australia's large utilities, who has recently joined the team and will likely join us for the boot camp, should we be successful in getting through. As regards a call to action, we estimate that the cost for each pilot will be in the region of €20,000. Compliance, we will spin it up as a separate cloud environment, install a separate instance of EOS, which will adhere to your data sovereignty, privacy, and other compliance obligations. The resources required, it really consists of anonymised data for, say, 10,000 sites, and then ultimately feedback from your specialist teams. And in terms of a timeline, we can deliver a sandpit solution within 2 to 3 weeks and have a pilot launched within 4 to 6. Okay, I'll stop there and hand over for Q&A.